Hi guys, today let us discuss about polarization and the properties of waves. We have discussed about reflection, refraction, diffraction and interference in our previous videos. The links to those videos are given in the description below. Now let us discuss more about polarization.
First, let us look at the definition of an electromagnetic wave. An electromagnetic wave is a transverse wave with an electric field and a magnetic field vibrating perpendicular to each other, and it is also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of energy, which is traveling at the speed of light. Here we have a representation of an electromagnetic wave, which is always a transverse wave. You will also observe that the magnetic field is denoted in the black color, whereas the electric field is denoted in the red color, and also the direction of propagation of energy is denoted in the blue color. We will also observe that all these fields are perpendicular to each other, and it is also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of energy. Now let us take out the electric field, which is denoted in the red color. You will observe that it oscillates in all directions, which means it can oscillate up and down, back and forth, or in any direction. So this type of oscillation in every direction is said to be unpolarized. So this is said to be unpolarized. This is because the oscillation of the electric field is in every direction. So what can we do in order to plane polarize this wave? What we can do is filter out the plane polarized light. Let us assume this particular slit as a filter. If we use this filter, we can see if we place this on top of this particular direction, which is the vertical direction, it would only give out waves which are on this direction. So it is in a single direction. If you keep this slit in the other way around, in the horizontal manner, you would observe clearly we would obtain the waves that are only horizontal. So this type of waves is said to be plane polarized waves. So guys, what would happen if we place another filter on top of the filter we had initially? If the filters are on top of each other, you can observe the same wave with the same intensity. But what would happen if we rotate the filter on top in the clockwise direction? You would observe that the intensity of the wave would decrease. And what would happen when it is 90 degrees to the initial position? You would observe that the intensity of the wave is none in this particular moment. So at this particular moment, you would not observe any type of wave coming out. This is what is used in the phenomenon of polarization of waves. So guys, when you polarize a wave which is unpolarized to a particular direction, you would obtain a plane polarized wave. So in this particular instance, we have the wave which is horizontal being polarized. So this is a plane polarized wave which is obtained from this particular unpolarized waves. Here you can observe how unpolarized light in all directions are being plane polarized after passing through the vertical polarizer. The setup of the polarization analyzer is given here. You will be able to observe plane polarized light after the waves are being polarized using the polarization filter. And by rotating the analyzer, you would be able to change the amount of light that is needed to pass through it. When the analyzer is at 90 degrees to the polarization filter, nothing would go through, as the light is being completely cut off in this situation.
Now let us look into Mayor's law about polarization.
Here we have the Mayor's law. It states that if theta is the angle between the electric field and the polarization axis and I naught be the intensity of light, then the intensity of the transmitted can be denoted in the following manner. It is said that the amplitude is denoted by the term A, and at a particular time we can see that the amplitude is equal to A naught times cos theta, where A naught is the initial intensity. So if we square both these, we can observe that A squared is equal to A naught squared times cos squared theta. And we also know that the intensity is proportional to the square of the amplitude. So if we use this particular term and observe, we can see that I is equal to k times a squared. We use a proportionally constant instead of the proportionally sign here. And then when we simplify it down, you can observe that the intensity is equal to I naught times cos squared theta, where I naught is the initial intensity of the light, where I is the intensity of the transmitted wave of light. Now let us look at the following ray diagram. You can observe that unpolarized waves are incident on an incident surface. This is the incident surface, and these waves are being reflected off the surface and also being refracted. The reflected waves are plane polarized, whereas the refracted waves are unpolarized. So the incident wave is being reflected and refracted, and these obey the laws of reflection and refraction. We have discussed about the laws of reflection and refraction in our previous videos. The links to those videos are also given in the description below. Here you can see that this is the normal, and I is denoted by the angle of incidence, and simple r is the angle of reflection, and capital R is the angle of refraction. So this obeys the laws of reflection and refraction. So this is about this particular ray diagram. Let us observe the following demonstration done using the slinky to get a better understanding about polarization. Let's assume the wooden rail to be the polarization filter, and here you will observe that only the vertical oscillations are permitted and the vibration in all the other directions are restricted. This is simply like a plane polarized light in the vertical direction. Now the wooden rail is placed to the horizontal, so the plane polarized waves would be observed to the horizontal direction of the surface, cutting out all the other directions of vibration of the slinky.
So guys, what are the applications of polarization?
We use polarizing lenses to reduce the glare. Light reflecting off horizontal surfaces like the road, water or snow is horizontally polarized. A polarizing filter oriented vertically will filter out the glare, but still allow plenty of light to go through. A polarizing filter on a camera would help to reduce the shiny reflections, and also it is used in polarizing sunglasses in the same way. LCDs or liquid crystal display screens use polarized light. Polaroid filters are used in the plastic industry for performing stress analysis tests. Three-dimensional movies or 3D movies are produced and shown with the help of polarization, and it is also used in the seismology to study earthquakes.
So guys, that is about polarization of waves and the properties of waves. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Have a nice day.